Okay, it's Coach's Corner time once again here at Mid-Penn Conference Media Day. Bruce Badgley and Mark Peener.
How you doing, Bruce?
Hershey. We saw a lot of each other this offseason, didn't we?
Yeah, we saw each other a couple times, some 7-on-7 interactions.
Yeah, it was, for me, it's very pleasurable seeing, you work with your players in the offseason there. It was all about teaching this offseason, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. I mean, last couple of years have been difficult, and trying to keep everybody together and on track, and things are finally starting to kind of come back to normal. But you can't lose sight of that the reason why we're here. I mean, these kids are learning how to play football and how to play on the team and how to be teammates. So those are all the important things that we work on this summer. Yeah,
and I really enjoyed seeing, like I said, you work, the coaching staff, but a lot of the interaction amongst the guys there too. They really start to develop some chemistry in the off season, right?
Yeah, I mean it's great. It's great for the kids with their own teammates to be able just to kind of know who's what, where, how, and when, who's been working, who needs to still keep working. How all those pieces are going to fit together, because it's a puzzle, as we all know, and be able to see other teams and how they're fitting together. So watching other people model that, and it's great for the coaches to be able to talk to each other also. So it's a really community type situation when we get in those interactions, and our kids walk away with a little understanding of what it takes, not only X's and O's, but what it takes to be successful.
And, having really a forum like this that, teams can kind of get the word out, about their teams and their players. Boy, there aren't many conferences that kind of do it up like the Mid-Penn, and it's great to have the Mid-Penn Media Day back, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I was telling these guys about last time we had one, and over the COVID time period, that kind of fell to the wayside. So excited to get back here, and I explained to them what this is about. This is about promoting the game and promoting the teams and promoting the individuals, and this isn't about getting recruited or about winning games. That's a different facet, but this is important too, because we play this game because we enjoy it and because we like to let other people enjoy it too. So that's what it's all about, and these guys do a great job here. So
yeah, and this is a great way too to kind of put on stage the type of community that surrounds a football program, because it's not just even players and coaches. It's a community aspect that really drives a football program, right?
Yeah, it's when you get down to it and you really start breaking it down, there's a lot of people that are involved in what's going on, and in different high schools within the community, outside of the high school. I mean, there's so many people, and that's just in one community. So now you take that by all the different communities that are playing football. It covers a broad spectrum, and something to really be. It's special, and it's something for these kids to understand how special that opportunity is.
One of the things for me too is I drive 322 into Hershey all the time that I go in there, and the thing that I always marvel at is how close your high school is to Milton Hershey. Okay, and and you raise those eyebrows or whatever like that. I mean that. What unique challenges, or what obviously the rivalry that obviously goes on between the sports team there, but does that create any unique challenges between the two high schools? I know that you're really not striving for the same student body or anything.
Yeah, no, it doesn't really. As close as we are, we're very separate in what we do, and we're trying to build an idea of community between all of us, because we all live in the same place. But when it comes to that, that cocoa bean week and those kind of things, there's a separation. And Milton Hershey created a town, and the people in Hershey are part of that, and the Milton Hershey School and their community is part of that. So we all share some things. And
I mentioned a lot of the people that work at the Milton Hershey School have their kids possibly going to Hershey High School, right?
A lot of our players are, their families are either working within the school or working within the homes. So yeah, we have a lot. There's a lot of intertwined connections there. But at the end of the day, it's another team and it's another game, and it's a special opportunity for us to be neighbors, to be able to play each other and have it mean something.
Yeah, it always does. And so obviously I got a chance to take a look at your, a couple times there, your team. Talk a little bit about, how many returners you've got, and what your expectations are for the team this year.
That's kind of funny because I really didn't spend. I mean, we've been spending all our time making sure kids are getting their physicals done and all those kind of little things that you do as a head coach, and trying to pull everything together and making sure your playbook's ready and your coaches are, all those things.
The details.
So we really didn't spend a lot of time looking at like personnel yet. I mean, we had the list and I kind of had an idea in my head, but I started laying it out, and we have 9 returners on both sides of the ball this year, and that's last year we had 3 and 2. So that carries a lot of weight, and then a lot of the kids who are kids to watch or kids that have had roles at some point. So it's exciting to be able to put a team on the field that has some experience, and normally when that happens, it fares pretty well for us. So we're excited about that, but we know the work that we have in front of us. So that's where we're at right now. It's putting all those pieces together and watching our seniors be leaders and watching our juniors learn how to be leaders and how to be a part of a team.
Yeah, exactly. And that's got to be fulfilling as a coach, too, when it all kind of gels there and, comes out the way, it doesn't always come out the way that you plan, but it's got to be fulfilling when, a plan just kind of works through from the off season and then into the regular season, and then it leads to victories in the fall, right?
Yeah, that's the cool part about this. And we went through it last year and we put that plan together, and it didn't lead to as many victories as we would have liked, but we felt our kids were competitive, and so spending some time in the off season about what do we need to do differently to convert those things, because ultimately at the end of the day, victory is what you want, what you're working for. So putting that plan together, now's the stressful time, because you spent all that time, and now you're going to be able to see the fruit of your labors one way or the other.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, it was honored to be able to kind of look behind the curtain of your program and how you worked with your guys, and the type of attention to detail that you were getting your kids to buy into during the 7-on-7. I thought it was amazing, and you personally too. I mean, your fingerprints are all over these guys. Is that your coaching style? I mean, very hands-on.
Yes, yeah, that's the way that I always approach it. I think that's when I learned it, when I was a player, when I was a younger coach under other people. You pick up the things that you feel are valuable, and then you obviously get rid of the things you don't. And those are some of the things that I saw with the people that I mentored with Vince Pennlive and Coach May, and just watching those guys and how they dealt with kids and the personal connection. And I think that's the big thing. Like, you just have to be like, they're not just faces. They're actual kids, and they have lives, and they have a lot of things going on. So making that connection with kids so that they trust you. We're in a different era. When I grew up, probably when you grew up, you were taught to trust authority. Didn't matter what, who, what, how, where, when. Nowadays, it's a little bit different. You have to earn that trust. You have to earn that trust from the players, from their families. So you got to work a little bit harder for it. And I've learned that through my years, and hopefully it pans off, and these kids know that I care about them. Win, lose, or draw, but I care about them as people. But we're all kind of in this together, trying to do the right thing.
That's great insight on what it's like to be a high school football coach now. Thank you very much.
Yes,
I really
appreciate
the fact that you allowed me to look behind the curtain of your program, and I wish you all the luck in the world, because I think you're going to do very well. All right.
We're excited. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right.